Alright everybody, hello, this is Chris with Taskforce247 Airsoft, sponsored by Fox Airsoft LLC, located in Parker, Colorado. And today I'm going to be doing a review on a very nice gun today, the Echo 1 Scar L. To start off, when you first would get this gun, obviously it would be the desert camo that we all come to be accustomed with a Scar L. But I decided to take it up a bit and do some custom paint job with my team colors and as well as the team logo. This gun is a brick when it comes out of the box. It weighs about 9.5, 10 pounds. Has a very good solid feel to it. It is made to the actual specifications of the actual Scar L with a polymer body and lower receiver and the metal upper receiver. All of the gray is metal, all of the black is polymer, high density polymer. Exclude the stock. The stock is full polymer. It's not exactly the highest quality polymer, but it's not exactly ASB plastic either. It is a very good quality gun. It does come with these standard Scar flip-up sights that I am not a fan of, but they do have a very decent accuracy. They're made for accuracy before spray and pray, which some people don't like, but they're very well put together sights. The stock is a three position adjustable stock to fit people with a longer need for a reach. The battery is housed inside of the cheek rest, which is also a 2-position cheek rest, if you get the sight out of the way. There's position 1, which is flush to the gun, and position 2, which is right here, which does give the gun an odd sort of look, but it does give your cheek a little bit more of a riser to be put up on if you're using one of the higher grade optics that sit above your rails. The battery does fit in here, and it is possible to fit a nunchuck battery in here if you make that little slit cut out right in there. It makes your gun not look as nice, but it does give you the option to put a nunchuck battery in here, which can increase power and FPS of this gun by a tad. This gun is the folding stock variant, but it does have the body pin inside of it, back in here, this little pin, that locks the folding stock in place. Because I am not a fan of the folding stock, I like the solidness of this gun, and with the folding stock, as you can see that has happened to mine, the clamp, little bar that holds down the pressure plate right here to fold the stock has broken out. One reason why I do not like the folding stock. So that body pin is a good way to keep your gun nice and solid and clean and put together. There are 2 different types of magazines that will work with this. My personal favorite are the Magpul P-Mags, which give a very nice tactical look to the overall feel of the gun, especially if you have the mags that match the color of the gun. It gives this a nice look that from afar people are going to be asking, is that a Masada or is that a Scar? Gives it a very nice look, or you can go with the standard M4 magazine if you just want cheap mags that you won't worry about losing. My personal preference are these mags. Functionality of this gun is very nice. There's a lot of different scenarios that can be played through well with this gun having it be used as a support weapon, which it has the capability to be used as a support weapon depending on your game rules. This gun does have the capability to put a lot of fire downrange really fast. The fire rate on this, I think I clocked it in at 18 rounds a second. Very, very nice rate of fire. It does have a lot of options. I primarily use this weapon for CQB. One of my favorite features about this weapon is the ability to get a very nice barrel extension in it, because the barrel on this isn't very long. It's a little longer than probably it's not much longer than most carbine size. It's SIG 552. That's probably about how long the barrel is in it. Not very long, but if you do decide to get a longer barrel, they do make barrel extensions for this that come out this far of the outer barrel extension, so you can extend your barrel. And if you really want to go tactical with this and have a drop-dead accurate gun, you can get a silencer to put on the end of this gun to make it out to here as well, and extend the barrel through the silencer like I've done on my AK-47. And if you put a tight bore barrel on that, a 661mm tight bore barrel, this thing will be unstoppable if the FPS matches what the barrel should use. It does have a very long rail across the top, good for mounting all sorts of optics. I did have an M4 carry handle, a PEC box, flashlight, and laser on it for CQB. This gun weighed about 13 to 15 pounds with all of my gear on it. Looked very nice, very stylish. And the greatest thing I think about the SCAR is that you can attach the customized EGLM grenade launchers that shoot the 40mm grenades that take CO2 grenades, gas grenades, and the ever-popular ping pong ball grenades. The EGLM does make this gun very, very front-heavy. Adds an extra 4 pounds to the front of the gun, which a lot of people won't like. A rail-mounted M203 will do the exact same, give you the exact same bang for your buck, but the EGLM looks priceless on a good SCAR. The rails, there's a lot of rail space as far as real estate for attachments. This right here is an entire bottom rail. The top rail takes up the entire length of the gun, so whether you like close optics or far optics for easy eye relief, you can mount it. Has 2 rails on either side. Very, very good for flashlights, lasers, PEC boxes, whatever you want to throw on here. It is an extremely tactical gun. It looks stylish on the field, and it'll get you exactly what you need out of a good gun. Unfortunately, this gun isn't my style as far as it goes. As much as I do love it, it isn't my style fully. I am an AK person. So, when you come up to me and say, nice gun, I'll say, look at my AK. You might get that a lot, but this is definitely one of those guns that will catch your eyes. It does have 5 different points for sling mounts. It has 2 right here at the front of the barrel for ambidextrous use. It has 1 very small ring right here that can be used for a sling mount, but I'm not exactly sure what that is intended for. This, however, is the large sling mount that is very nice to use, and it does have one on the rear stock right here on the back of the butt plate, but I do recommend getting a metal stock before you, or metal or a very high quality polymer stock before you actually mount a sling to this, because it is just a thin wall of plastic holding that on. Another good thing about the SCAR is how you get a lot of really sticky mags inside of M4s because the mag wells are so tight. The SCAR has a slightly larger mag well, so that allows mags to fall directly out of the gun very easily. It doesn't take hardly any time to drop a mag and get a new one. You don't have to mess around with pulling or jamming mags in. It's a very simple, just very light touch, mags in, ready to go. It's nice and solid. There's not a lot of mag wobble with it, even though the mag well is bigger. It does fit all types of P mags, E mags, and any type of M4 mags, including drum mags. The SCAR is a powerhouse if you pack it down right, and it is amazing for CQB. All in all, I'd have to give this gun a 5 out of 5 stars. There's not much wrong with it. It is an Echo 1. They aren't the top of the line, but they aren't bad by any means. They do definitely deliver some very good weapons. The charging handle actually can be made to be ambidextrous if that's something you like. This little hole right here, that can hold, you unscrew the actual charging handle and it can go on either side, pulling back the bolt, revealing the hop-up unit and the piston guide. Uses a standard M4 hop-up, which is very easy to adjust, and once it's adjusted, this gun has an accurate range of about 175 feet if you are using .20s. The one thing that is a little disappointing about it is if you wanted to use it as a field gun, it's right in the middle out of the box. It's at about 370, 365, so you would have to upgrade the FPS if you want a rock-solid field gun, but I have this at 350 right now, and I use this as my field gun. One last thing that you should remember, if you have a chrono at your home, or have easy access to a chrono, whatever the FPS reads on this the first time you put it in a chrono, and this means any time you put it in a chrono without having at least one mag go all the way through it, it will be about 15 to 20 FPS lower than what it actually is. The hop up has to warm up a bit. This is a pretty basic issue with Echo 1 guns. It doesn't really affect the gun at all. It's just once you get about one mag through the gun, the hop up is fully active and it's pumping the rounds out pretty efficiently. Never had a misfeed issue, and I've used maybe 7 different brands of magazines with this. It fits pretty much almost everything. I've used $30 magazines, even though this is a $15 magazine. I have used $30 mid caps that do work very well. They work flawlessly with this. And I have used even $4 mid caps, like these $4 mid caps that were on sale for $4. And if you buy it was 40 for 10 was the deal. So these even work flawlessly. And these are Elite Force, which are very good mags. But even the off-brand mags will work very good in here. The mags will break before you get a misfeeding issue with this gun. Make sure you do get a mag that does have a strong spring, however, inside of it, because this does have an 18 round a second fire rate, which is pretty up there as far as CQB guns would go. It's definitely, and one other thing, a lot of people prefer the blowback, but this gun is not blowback. Just thought I'd throw that out there before I forgot. Overall, like I said, this is a great gun. You can pick them up from anywhere from $160 for a D-Boys Scar L, which is, D-Boys is not the most reliable brand, as a lot of people have come to know. Their scars, however, are rock solid. They are made to the exact specifications as the Echo 1 as far as externals go, but the gearbox inside is it's D-Boys quality. Externally, perfect gun. Internally, a little iffy. The Echo 1, solid Scar L all the way throughout. I've had this gun for almost a year now, and I have not had one issue with it, except for when I first got it. The battery that came with it, the battery was sliding back and forth inside the battery compartment, and the battery's connectors actually ripped out. That's obviously no fault of the guns. That's the only thing I've ever had happen while using this gun. I've even dropped it down a staircase, and the thing picked up perfectly fine. I had to take off the barrel extension. Thank God there was no actual barrel inside of it. I had to take off the barrel extension, and other than that, the gun was still perfectly fine. Uses all standard M4 internals, so it is easily upgraded if you're a big M4 buff and have some spare parts laying around. And the possibilities for this gun, as I've found, are endless. You can attach an unreal multitude of attachments to it and get the best use that you can out of it. If you're into a personalized gun, a very easy to personalize gun, the Scar L is meant for you. So until next time, when I put up another review, shooting test, game footage, this is Chris with Taskforce247, sponsored by Fox Airsoft LLC, located in Parker, Colorado.